Hi everyone. I'm playing in my art room today and I thought I would make some tags. Just so much fun. And I thought I would concentrate on 5 pretty simple tags that you can make to go into your junk journals. I think I'm going to start with this little pinkish toned. It's a piece of scrapbook paper. This one I'm going to call a doodle tag because I'm going to doodle on it, but I'm going to add a couple of things first. And that is going to be, I've grabbed out just a few little things. Like I grabbed some of my gift wrap that I like to use, a couple of little black and white elements, a piece of that mesh bag that I get oranges in, and I've also got a little butterfly, and I think that will look cute on here as well. I want to just kind of lay out a little of this near the bottom. Let's see, maybe this way. I may not need quite that much, so I'm going to trim it down a little bit. Just thought I'd have a little bit of this near the bottom and make like a little cluster, a few pieces. I just love how the black just makes all the other colors look so wonderful. It's amazing. So what I think I'll do is tear the edge of this one. Yeah, I like that much better. I might not need this one. I don't even know if I want to use that mesh piece yet either. I think what I'll do is cut out this little butterfly real quick and see how I'm going to like that. It's a little bit big, I think, but it might work. I do like how that looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and doodle right here, and then I'll add those things on top. I'm going to just doodle a little leafy branch, and I'm just trying to keep things, really simple and fun and easy. And I'm doing a real loose doodle. I'm going to hold my pen way back at the end so I don't have as much control. Right, so before I add that, I'm going to just fill the leaves with a little bit of paint. So while I'm gluing the stuff down here, this can be drying. I think I'm going to round the corners of this tag. Okay, and it needs a little bit of a border. I think I'm going to make some paint splatters also. So I'm going to I'm going to cover this bottom portion and just splatter a little bit at the top there. Put another piece of painted deli paper under here. Before I do the splattering, I want to add a little bit of extra foliage. Just makes it fun. And since we are doodling, that's fun. I used a real thick Sharpie for the stem, and then I did like a medium size for the vein, and then that one was even smaller for those little whimsical bits, and so that adds a lot of interest. Got a little bit of paint I'm going to put on a stamp block, and I'm going to add some water. All right, so I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back and put some kind of tab at the top. The next tag I want to show you, I've already put together, and it's a manila tag, just like this one. And what I did was I made one of the little scrap trims that I make, and then I just stitched all the way around and included that in the stitching around the tag. And I want to just make some lines like for journaling. I love naturally hand-drawn lines because they're so imperfect and random. So I'm going to just do that across here and kind of finish off the tag like that, and then it can be written on. I could also come back and add like a flower or something like that in the corner. So that is so simple and so quick. For those of you who have not seen that process, I do want to make one more little strip, and I'm going to use paper. These are fabric bits, and so this time I'm going to make a paper one. And these are those little bits and pieces from catalogs. Most of them are clothing bits. I mean, lots of beautiful color in clothing in catalogs, that's for sure. All right, so I'm just going to take a little bit of glue stick on this piece. This is just a piece of tracing paper. And then all I do is just start picking up little pieces and laying them on. You know, just laying them in the glue, and I turn them this way and that, and kind of just like really random. You can see it's just a simple, very simple process of just laying some little squares on, and these happen to be really tiny. They are smaller than those for sure. It's just fun, and they make the cutest little borders. Okay, so turn that one a little bit this way. All right, so I'm going to stop there because I could sit here and do this forever. But look how cute this tiny one would be. Probably need to be cut down just a little bit. Like maybe I'll take off this one at the top here. See how cute that would be on the edge of a tiny tag? Isn't that adorable? So once that glue is dry, then I can take it to the sewing machine and stitch on it, or it can be hand stitched, and then that can be added to something tiny like a tag or a little journaling card or something like that. So I like that idea a lot too. The next thing I want to show you is this little tag. I took a piece of just plain cardstock like this, and I cut it a little shorter than this piece, and then cut the corners off to make a tag shape, and I added a piece of security envelope that I had torn out. This little flower image came off of my April printable over on my Ko-fi page, and I'm going to add that there. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. So before I do that though, because this extends out kind of past almost a little, I think it goes a little off the edges of the tag, I'm going to go ahead and make a little border on the white here with some pink. So just add a little border for a little bit of extra color on that white tag. And I think it really helps it, makes it look really nice, adds that color factor. And then when you add the color on top, that is so pretty. It makes my heart sing. Okay, so let's see, I need my little deli paper here. Let me just glue this on. And then I'll show you the other three. I made 3 others in this same style with different flowers. I love all of them so much. I think that's pretty good. And it does extend past the edges of the tag, but I think I might leave it for a bit and see if I like it hanging off the edge. If I don't, I can always trim it off. And then I have words ready to go on there. Love it so much. I've got a little green ribbon. This is just a piece of sari silk. So I'm going to push that through. Make a little slip knot. That is so fun. Now, here are the other 3 that I made in the same way. Okay, so we have a yellow one and a blue-violet colored one and a red. And all 4 of these images are on my printable for April. So if you guys are interested in this, go check it out over on my Ko-fi page. There will be a link at the end of the video. Oh, I just love them so much. And I love how the security envelope just makes such a nice background for that. If you recognize it, that's the same bit that I used here. It's from the same envelope when I was tearing these out. I had a couple more I wanted to throw together real quick. So this is a piece of product packaging, as you can see from the barcode on here. I love how they make product packaging look so cool nowadays so we can use them. So what I'm going to do is take this little bit of scrapbook paper and I'm going to tear it in half, but kind of at an angle going down like so. I'll straighten that up just a little bit there. There we go. And I'm going to just cover this side of the tag with that paper. And then at the bottom, I'm going to use another piece of product packaging. I'm going to see if I can separate it to kind of thin it out a little bit. Let's see how it goes. Sometimes this works better than others. This one's tearing in a strange way. It's leaving a bunch of stuff behind. That's okay. I got some of it off. I'm going to put that at the bottom. I might take a little bit more of this off of the top here. Then I have these cute little girls that I think are just adorable. Aren't they sweet? I'm going to put them on because they just look like they belong there. Let's see if I can color this little hair bow in a little bit and then wipe some of it off. Looks pretty faded that way. Oh, very cute. See, maybe we'll give her a green one. It's so cute. I'm not sure if I want to punch a hole here to tie something or if I want to just add a piece of fabric or something. So I'm going to wait on that one for just a minute. And this doesn't have to be stitched on either, by the way. You can glue this down and just take a marker and draw a little stitched line around it if you want. And you can make it look like it was stitched, even if it's not. I'm not going to do that side since I'm going to attach the edge there. So cute. I really think I'm going to cut this just a little bit shorter. And maybe the one on the top also. That is so cute. So I'm not going to stitch this one at all. I'm just going to put some glue on it right down the center and stick it down. The stitching, when you do stitch on it, the stitching does add a lot of interest and texture and all to it, but it's really not necessary. You don't have to do it. And there's your proof. You don't have to stitch it at all. I love that. I'm going to set these little girls here for a minute. All right, and then the other one I have is, I've used product packaging, I've used purchased tags, and I've used cardstock and scrapbook paper to make all these tags. So now this time I took a piece of an Amazon shipping envelope and I glued down a piece of coffee stained fabric, and then I did some messy stitching all the way around and punched a hole, and that's all I've done. And I've got another one of these adorable little girls, and I want to put her on this tag. I think she's so cute. I mean, all of these little Tim Holtz people are very cute. I'm going to color her little hair bow also. You have to wipe it pretty quickly though, or blot it pretty quickly because it will dry. And then once these India inks are dry, they're permanent. But look how cute and vintagey that looks. And it was so bright and vibrant. You saw how vibrant it was when I put it on there. And I've got a piece of coffee stained fabric and has been just waiting in a box for me to use it. I'm just making a little bow on the top of this one. Cute little girl. Thinks she needs a little bow. Oh, she's adorable. And it's just so fun. An old piece of fabric that I coffee stained to make look older, and some stitching, nice and thick little tag on that packaging. I just love it. I wish you could feel how thick and sturdy this is. So I really want to encourage you to use shipping wrapper that your packages come in, like from Amazon. It's really cool. I've used it before. I used a little piece of it in my Christmas journal a couple of years ago. I think that is just precious. I might need to color her socks too, just to make them match her little hair bow. She's looking pretty blendy down here, so let me see if I can get a little color on her socks. That's very cute. She's all matchy-matchy now. That's so fun. Oops, I forgot I wanted to put toppers on these two. All right, for this tag, I've got another scrap that was left over from this piece here. It just kind of helps to bring the color from the bottom up to the top. And I like that. There we go. And I think I want to carry the border on over the top of this, and I think that will help that look more cohesive also. There we go. That's really fun. And lots of room to journal or add more doodles or whatever to the back side. All right, so now for these little gals, I am going to punch a hole here. Let's see, because I found a scrap of fabric that I had also coffee stained. It was in the same box with this piece of fabric, and I think it matches really nicely. I mean, this is just so much fun, and it's so simple, which is why I wanted to do these, because they are simple and easy, and anybody can do these, and they just add so much to your journals. How cute are they? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I have had a blast. I might make some more tags just because they are so much fun. So if you guys are interested in seeing some more tags, how I put them together, and to hopefully give you some ideas for your own journals, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to do another one and do different ones. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye-bye.